Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Cassandra Terry Morning Show, Transformation Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nelva, I see you there. Good to see you, sis. Y'all continue to come on in the room, whatever form of social, whatever platform you're catching us on. We are here and excited to connect with you on today's topic. On today, we'll continue to talk about Transformation Tuesday, just like we always do on this day of the week. But we're really going to focus on unlocking your potential this week, that when it comes to managing life's transitions. We are all always going through some sort of a transition. Have you changed jobs? Are you thinking about changing jobs, change career, change marital status? Maybe you just got married. Maybe you're something new that you've either just gone through or you're coming to. So transitions are a large part of life. It's graduation season. Lots of us are seeing kids walk across the stage, and maybe you're seeing them walk for the last time because they've graduated from college or they're graduating from high school and going into college. So it changes the structure of your household. Those are all transitions. Quite a few people that I talk to, we're getting in that season where we're getting closer and closer to retirement. Huge transition. Every time we face a transition, we're facing change. Whenever we face change, we face often there along with it comes chaos. It's usually an internal chaos first because our bodies naturally react unpleasantly to change. We start, at least our minds do, right? We start to freak out a little bit, worry about what's life going to look like with this new environment that I'm in. And so we start to worry and to fret and get stressed out about the changes. And we forget that we still have today. It's really the only thing we have, right? Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not promised. So even when we're facing transition, we want to stay grounded in today so that we're making the best of time. I was talking to a parent not too long ago, and her daughter is about to graduate high school and go off to college. And she had planned an event, and she planned it at the same time as some big things that the high school kids had going on. And so her daughter wasn't going to be able to come to what it was that she had planned. And she was so frustrated. She mentally knew that it was her mistake and that her daughter was doing the right thing because she was, following through on some life events that if she missed, she'd probably regret. So mentally she knew that the right things were happening and it wasn't that big of a deal that her daughter wasn't going to be able to be there. But emotionally, she was frustrated. And that frustration was showing up in some passive aggressive ways. She could see it, she could recognize it, but she really had a hard time controlling it. And underneath it all was the fear of losing those daily interactions with her daughter, because down the road is college and she won't be in the household anymore. And so she had to understand that what she was reacting to wasn't the moments that were happening right now, but it was her angst over the moments that she was creating in her mind that were to come. How is life going to be different when I don't have my beloved daughter in the house with me every day and I can't reach out and touch her whenever I want to? We can't have those impromptu face-to-face discussions like we've been able to have for the last 18 years. That's really what was bubbling under the surface. But because it was bubbling and she was so fearful and concerned about that transition, that she was missing opportunities for good life experiences with her daughter right now. Right. And we're like that. We're like that. We're so concerned about the future that we miss the only place that we can actually live, where life is happening in the now, the present moment. And so as I talked to her, it's really burned into my brain that transition was in control right now. She wasn't in control of her present moment. She wasn't even in control of how she responded to things, because that transition was really causing some uncomfortable feelings and concern and fear and all that stuff that we can easily slide into when transformation, which is a part of what a transition is, right? Her days and her life and her environment as she knows it was beginning a transformation. And she was so fearful of that transition that she was kind of messing up right now. And so that's why I thought that, that is a good topic for the wonderful folks that I talk to every day. And so one of the things that we'll be doing differently going forward is for the whole week, we'll have a theme. So all of my posts, all the show, any lives I do in the evenings, the newsletter, whatever I'm producing this week is going to deal with transitions in some way, shape, or form. So we'll still have Transformation Tuesday, Wake Up Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Focus Friday. The week will not change. It's that is what this show is, right? How it's formatted. However, the focus in each one of those days this week will be on transitions. And so I'd love to hear your feedback at the end of the week to see how that went. Next week, the idea would be to slide into another topic for the week, unless you guys tell me you need more. We're not done. If you feel on Friday or Saturday after the newsletter comes out that we haven't put a pin in transitions, if we haven't covered it enough, if there's some other topics around that particular topic that you want to discuss, it's your opportunity to have some input on the things that we cover. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear, okay, Cassandra, you said this, or we talked about that, but we didn't really deal with this enough. I need more. And we can do that. Transitions can continue a little bit into next week as well if we need to. But if not, we'll wrap it up after the newsletter on Saturday. We'll start fresh next week with a new topic. And that's how we'll do it going forward. And I think it'll give me the opportunity on any particular subjects to share a little bit deeper, because we'll be dealing with it for a full week instead of a day or, a particular topic. On a particular day. So hope that makes sense. Hope you guys are excited about that. I am. That's the other thing about the Cassandra Terry Morning Show is it is going to transition as I have my downloads, as I hear from you guys, as I see and feel better ways to do things. So I'm looking forward to your feedback, and we'll continue to evolve. We'll continue to transition so we don't become stale, too repetitive. We give you guys the opportunity to really get something out of each show and each week, because that is why we are here. So Nelva says, good morning, sis. Good morning. Love you, girl. Conchita says, terrific Tuesday, everyone. Another amazing day. Seize the day with gratitude. Absolutely. And she said, greetings, Kimmy. Alexis says, good morning. Good morning to you all. It is great to see you. I am glad that you're here. Everybody take the moment. Hey, Alicia, I see you there as well. Everybody take a moment and share wherever you're watching this from. Share it right now with your network and send it personally to 2 people. Help us as my ambassadors. You guys have been around long enough. You are invested. You need a title. So the ambassadors of the Cassandra Terry Morning Show, let's bring in other folks who you believe will be beneficial. So go ahead and share right now. Share it to your network, and then share it personally with 2 people and see if we can't get them on and interacting and receiving the same things that you're receiving day in and day out. So I'm excited about today's topic. Let me flash up our quote for the day. It is, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. I love that. Alan Watts. Plunge in, move with it, ride that wave, and then join the dance. So what is he saying? He's saying become a part of the change, embrace the change, allow it, experience it, allow it to actually do what it's designed to do, change you, change your environment, open you up to different ways, different opportunities, a new day, a new experience. Don't fight it. The resistance of change creates so much unnecessary angst. And so invite it in. I see that you're here. I know that things are going to be different. Let's ride the ride. I'm here for it. I've got my surfboard out. I am riding this wave. I hear the new music playing. I'm swaying along. I am in this thing to get all the goodness that I can from it. And when you have that attitude, it will be better. There will be more goodness because you have decided that that's what it's going to be. If you're resistant and you're holding on to what was and you're frustrated by the change, imagine what your experience is going to be. Have you ever tried to fight a wave? One of the first things they tell you get in trouble in the water is to relax and don't go against it. Work with the water. Don't try to fight against it. Have you ever spun your car out of control? That fishtail, they teach you to spin into it, not against it. If you start to fight against the way your car is trying to go, you end up flipping your car. You end up in a much worse situation, right? But if you work with the turn and you're going that the car is trying to go this way and you're working with it until you regain control, now you and the car are one. You're trying to get to the same move in the same direction. So you get to a place of ease and control a lot faster. Don't fight the current. Don't fight the fishtail. Work with it so that your struggle, any energy that you're expending is about taking in and learning from the experience, not fighting against it. A completely different experience, whichever one you choose. So transitions is the topic of the week. So Brian, I can't wait to hear what you have to share. I'm going to mute, give you your opportunity to bring your thoughts to us, and then we'll close with the actionable steps after you. So go ahead, Brian.
Awesome. Grand Rising, Cassandra. We talked about this for a few moments last evening, I believe, uh, about how, spinning out of control, how you can just lose it in that moment and how you have to bring it back in, right? So that you can learn from that situation that you're going through. I was walking around this morning, I was thinking to myself, man, I'm so frustrated right now. Not that, I'm just really in that bad of a spot, but I'm not in the spot, like you said a few moments ago, that I want to be in. Right. So you become more fearful about something that isn't even happening and lose focus on the right now, that thing that is happening, that thing that you were working for to get to where you are now. You're not even enjoying it because you're focused on the next thing. And you end up making that a tremendous cycle that takes you down further and further, the further you go into that method of thinking, the longer you stay in that mode of thinking. And one of the things I realized this morning was step back, do what you just said. I wrote a post about it a couple of days ago. My brother was getting ready to head out of town. I was a little frustrated. Man, let's get on the lake, man. Let's just go and hang out for a minute and let's just be. He's like, because I really don't like. Now, you can get out there and you go out there by yourself, but like you said, water is dangerous. So anytime, and I'm saying this for anybody that's listening, anytime you go out on that river, that lake, that body of water, be sure you have somebody out there with you. I don't care what anybody says. You need to always take somebody with you. But anyway, we were out there on the lake and I'm fishing. I didn't catch anything. And that moment, I was just in it. I was just there. I wasn't upset that I wasn't catching fish. I wasn't thinking about what I could have been doing. I wasn't thinking about what I didn't do. I was just glad to be in that moment. And it hit me this morning. Hey, just step back for a minute. Just relax. Get to that routine so that you can actually take in what life is trying to teach you at that moment. You'll miss it. You're always in a state of learning. And those times where you feel frustrated, that's that time where you get to move to that next level, because you have to figure out, how do I get from where I'm at to where I want to be? Without those times, you always stay where you are. So if I would have to leave everyone with one thing today, it is to find that routine. If it's going outside and getting some fresh air, if it's taking a run, if it's just sitting back in your chair and drinking a cup of coffee and just being for a few minutes, get to that place where you can step back from it all, look at take that 10,000 foot view of the whole picture, not just, where you don't want to be, but how far you come from where you were. And you'll find that all of those things that you need to resolve that solution, that issue that you're in, that solution that you need, it'll be given to you.
Thank you, Brian. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay in the moment, rest in the now, and allow the solution to find you. And it will be given to you. Conchita says, great quote for a week of transition, Cassandra. The latter part, join the dance, is where we really evolve and embrace the change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Plunging into it is that submission, that I accept that things are changing, that acceptance. Moving with it means, okay, things are changing. I am open and kind of going with the flow. But when you join the dance, you are a part of that experience. You haven't given over your power. You haven't thrown up your hands in frustration. You're not hanging on so tightly to the past that you can't enjoy the present and receive the lessons that it has to share, to give you. You are in it, moving with it, dancing with it, fully committed to the experience. And that's what, like Conchita says, is when you've really embraced the change. I love that. So we do have, as always, the actionable steps for you guys. And there's quite a few. So I started them a little bit early because I really wanted to give. Everyone learns differently. And there's going to be something that I say that will resonate with you and may not resonate with the next person. So I'm going to give you quite a few different ways that you can smooth out the transition process, embrace it, and become a part of it, and actually get yourself into a mindset where change, then transformation and transitions is something mentally that you're always ready for. It's happening all the time anyway. Change is happening, transformations are happening, transitions, we're moving in and out of them. I just want to bring that awareness to that fact and give you some skills that can help you make those experiences a lot smoother. Um, Conchita says, any water activity is rejuvenating and recharging of the mind, body, and spirit. It affects the flow of the brain waves to a blissful state of being. Yeah, a lot of times when you think about peace, you think about the flow, the ebb and flow of water. You'll see those scenes, the passing of clouds. You'll see those scenes. So yeah, water and being in it, it has a positive effect on us as long as we're working with it. As soon as we decide, as soon as we become fearful, as soon as we're fighting against it, it's a whole different experience. So water is a great analogy for transformation and moving with the flow and joining in the dance. All right, let's get to those actionable steps with step number one, and is create a personal transformation statement for yourself. What does that mean? What transformation are you looking to make? Right? Do you feel like you have a hard time setting boundaries and standing your ground? Then your transformation statement would be, I am worthy and capable of creating and maintaining the life that I deserve. I only allow in what serves me. Things like that. You know, if you procrastinate and you want to get away from that, your transformation statement for yourself may be something like, I get things done. I set plans, I implement plans, and I see them through to success. Whatever it is that you want to work on, create a statement in the positive, in the right now, not a future statement. I will do this. I'm going to do that. Nope. A present tense statement speaking that about yourself on a daily basis. It's just like affirmations. Affirmations are positive things that you speak over your life. This is just a more pointed affirmation. It's specifically about the transformation process and what it is you want to see in that process. So I encourage you guys to start thinking about that. And what'll help you, well, let me put it up, creating that personal transformation statement. Number one, what will help you to do that is to conduct a life audit. What do you mean by that? Taking a look at your life, the different aspects of your life, my spiritual life, my personal life, which is your relationships, my relationship with myself, my career, my business, whatever it is, my fitness, whatever it is, you slice your pie however you slice your pie, but look at the different aspects of your life and then give it a little assessment. I am really happy in my relationships, but I'm not so happy with how things are going with the career. Okay, put a pin right there. I am really happy with my fitness, but I'm not so happy with my mental state right now. I'm not processing things very well. I've slipped into a negative space. Put a pin right there. And then after you conduct that life audit and you look at the different aspects of your life that are important to you, it's like the wheel of life that we've talked about before. Most of you guys should have it. If you bought the goal setting workbook, I believe it's in the SOAR workbook also. The wheel of life. It just has different aspects of your life in slices, like you would see a pizza pie. And so it's called the wheel of life. And you look at each one of those aspects and you determine your happiness level in each one of them. How satisfied are you with that particular slice of your life? And in the areas where you're not as satisfied, you choose one. What's the focus area right now? And that's the area where you're going to work to do some improvement, where you'll do some goal setting. And that transformation statement would be about that area of your life and how you will look in that space when you've accomplished the plans you've set for yourself. So if you're not happy with your fitness, I'm fit, I eat well, I drink my water, I nourish my body, I take care of my temple, I give my body what it needs. Whatever area of life, you determine what that statement is based on conducting that life audit and seeing where you determined that there's some work that you'd like to do. I think it's important to develop a daily empowerment routine. We talked about this a little bit last week in a different way. But what is it that makes you feel good? If you start your day, Conchita just talked about gratitude when she first joined in. I start my day and I end my day with my gratitude statements, right? And sometimes that really puts me in a space. I try to do two or three things that I'm grateful for. But sometimes it really takes me deep and it becomes meditation, it becomes prayer, it becomes praise and worship, it becomes whatever it triggers in my life, but it's always something positive, something uplifting, something to get me going. Maybe there's some particular type of music that really feeds your soul and gets you up and energized. So maybe you play that first thing in the morning. Maybe there's a devotional or a book that really motivates you, like SOAR. And so you pull that book out and you read a passage first thing in the morning to get your day going, right? There's so many things that you could do, but you have to know what speaks to you, what really motivates you, and make sure that you're creating space for that early in the morning. If that means you need to get up an extra 20, 30 minutes, give yourself that time, because that 20 or 30 minutes that you were just laying there becomes motivation, empowerment. It becomes a time that sets you up for a successful day. So give yourself that time if you need it. You also want to adopt a learning mindset. You all hear me talk about growth mindset all the time. That means that whatever experience you're in, whatever opportunities, whatever obstacles, you're looking at that from the lens of growth and learning. What is this time in my life going to teach me? What am I going to learn about? I use the example of the lady whose daughter was about to graduate. What am I going to learn about myself, about my relationship with my husband, about what I like to do with my time. Now that I'm being given the gift of time back while my precious daughter goes off and begins her adult life, she gets to go put all the things that we've been practicing in the last over the last 18 years into practice. My baby gets to spread her wings and start to fly. I'm right here. She knows she can return to me. She can pick up the phone and I'm there to help her. But I'm so proud. I'm so excited to see her start to come into her own. When you look at it like that, you're looking at it from the benefit of the child that you've raised instead of from a place of focused on self. I'm not going to have her around. I'm going to miss her so much. What am I going to do with my time? Your daughter is not, she wasn't designed for your time forever. You had her for a season to pour into her what you were given so that she could go off and affect the world in a positive way and show you, all the greatness in that work that you've done over the last 18 years. It's an exciting time. It breaks my heart every time I see the parents all broken up because their kids are growing up and developing and doing exactly what they were designed to do. Are you going to miss them? Absolutely. But don't put that baggage on your kids. Don't let them see you moping around and all sad. Celebrate. Let them see you're excited. Let them see that you believe in them. Let them feel your encouragement so that they can move forward grounded, solid, excited, knowing that they have a strong home base, but also knowing that that base is cheering for them, excited for them, and ready to watch whatever comes next. And you're going to learn in that process. You're going to learn so much about yourself. If you've got an 18-year-old, it's been 18 years at least since you and your husband have been on your own. So you get to learn as we've changed and grown over the last 18 years, as we've learned from being parents and working together to create, to upbring this special person. We've changed. How have we changed? What do we like to do now as a couple? How are we going to spend that time? It should be exciting. And it is if you allow it to be here first. Here first. I joked with my kids all the time when they were growing up. They're in their 30s now. So I've been through this 3 times, 4 times. And I would always tell them, "Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to come visit y'all in college. I have a new place to go. I get to watch y'all play basketball all over the place. And I'm going to turn this room into my new office. My new Mom, you better not change my room." But it was just the one of the rooms still hasn't changed. But it was letting them know that I'm excited about what's to come. You're going to do great things. I'm not fearful for you. I'm not sad for me. Am I going to miss the time that we spent together over the last 18 years? But I can promise every one of you who has the younger ones who are about to leave or this year or soon after, and you're feeling that angst. Oh my God, hold on for the ride. It gets better. It gets better. My relationship with my adult daughters and my now grandkids, so cool. It is where my joy comes from. I love seeing my girls as wives and mothers and them in their careers and managing their homes and all the things that they've learned to do. I look at them and go, "Man, God, you sure did a good job with my youth." Because I started my family young, right? And I don't think about the dates I didn't go on, the things that I didn't do, like some of my friends did. I kind of did a lot of stuff backwards. And when I look at my kids and I go, not a moment of my youth was wasted. 'Cause I started having kids in my 20s. None of it was wasted. Those young ladies make me look at my life with so much pride. My son, he'll be 21 in December, so he's still carving his path, and it's so exciting to be able to be a part of that and go, "What's next for you? Where is he going to go? What will life look like 2 or 3 years from now?" It's just a mindset. They haven't lived in my house in years, but I have a room at each one of their houses. I can go whenever I want, take a bag, have a little vacation. I get to help them with the grandkids so they can go off and do other stuff, and I get to enjoy that. There's something that you don't have today that you have tomorrow. But in order to enjoy it, you got to let go of yesterday. We hang on so tight. Our kids were not meant to be 12 forever. Well, no, we don't want them at 12, do we? They weren't meant to be 7 forever. They were not meant to be under our wings forever. We train them, we push them out the nest, and we cheer them along as they go forward. So there must be somebody that's listening or about to listen that needs this message, because I know I'm harping on it, but it just keeps bubbling up as I'm thinking about the transitions that many households are going to go to through in just a couple of months as those kids go off to college. It's celebration time. It's rediscover you time. Enjoy it and watch and see what you're going to get as that little adult becomes into its own, his or her own, and fill you with so much pride as you see the work that you do right in front of you come to life. It's a joyful season. All right, practice visualization and affirmations. We talk about this quite a bit. And remember, when we're visualizing, we're not just thinking about a thing, we're actually allowing ourselves to experience it full force, all of our senses. Feel it, smell it, see it, taste it, hear it. Whatever it is that you are working towards, allow all of your senses. And I mean, carve out as a part of your routine 5 minutes a day where you sit down and you just allow yourself to experience that thing, and your mind, your body, your actions are going to align to bring that visualization into reality. Spend time experiencing it and speak those positive affirmations over yourself. Set transformation milestones. Transformation is huge. Transition is huge. Change is huge. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, it's probably a pretty big goal. But transformation milestones, just like your goals, you want to break them down into these actionable steps, these places along the way. So if your goal is to graduate from college, care how old you are, that can be a goal at any point in time. I want to get this degree or this certification. Well, that's a 4-year process, unless maybe less if you're on some accelerated program. But how long does it typically take? So you've got a milestone each year to celebrate. How about breaking each year down into each semester? And maybe within the semester, there's a particular class, there's a particular set of things that are being learned that when you grasp, you setting a goal to grasp something, those are milestones. So you keep breaking that big thing down into those actionable goals and steps and milestones so that you can track your progress. Seeing that progress re-encourages you. It reminds you that things are moving. I may not be there yet, but I'm not where I began. I'm so much farther along than when I started this journey. Milestones help you see that progress and stay excited, stay encouraged, keep believing in yourself, and continue to move forward. Engage in self-reflection and journaling. The reflection is so important. Brian said something when he was talking about allowing the answers to come to you. They're not going to come to you if you're running around all over the place all the time. They come to you in the quiet, in the calm, in those times where you're just reflecting and allowing yourself to be. And it's great to keep journals around. I've got one everywhere because you never know when a thought's going to come that's important to capture, and you just write it down. A lot of authors or writing instructors, they will encourage you just to free form write. Take a pen and paper and just start writing whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to be a story. It doesn't have to flow in any particular order. It doesn't have to really make sense. But getting in the practice of writing your thoughts down and capturing them, you'll look back at that and be shocked at what you've captured. You never know in that quiet time and you're just writing and it's just you and your thoughts, what's going to come up. A lot of the answers that you seek, I believe, will. And then you want to build a support network. Where do you plug in to recharge? Who are the folks that are going to cheer you on, who are going to encourage you when you're not feeling down, when you're feeling down, and hold you accountable when you're off track? Invaluable. That's your group. That's your network. Those are the people that you want around you. Who you spend your time with is almost as important as what you do, because it's going to inform what you do. We only can be a part of a group for so long before we don't start to act and behave like the folks that are around us. So make sure that the folks that are around you are people who are on a journey similar to yours, or maybe they're a little bit farther along, so they can show you the way. Your network is invaluable if it's built correctly and if you're leaning into it. They need to know what your plans are. They need to know how you're feeling. We talked about this quite a bit. There was a one of the shows I did last week, and a lady reached out to me afterwards, and she says, "You were talking to me, and you kept repeating it until I finally caught it." And I was like, "Okay, I need to reach out to her and let her know what's going on." She said she was here for it. Let me lean into that. Having that type of a support system, we all need it. We won't ever be so successful, so together, so with it that we can completely go it alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Why does going far need that togetherness? Because you need the support, you need the encouragement, you need the accountability. It keeps you moving forward when sometimes you feel like you're stuck in the mud. Maybe you are, but they'll say, look down, take those shoes off. They're stuck. You're stuck. Go this way. You keep running up against that same, you don't see that rock. You keep tripping over the same one. Watch your step. Your network will help you when you don't seem to be able to figure out what's going on. Invaluable. At the SOAR Collective, we're growing. They're showing up for each other. They're showing up for me. And before you know it, we'll be a cast of, I don't even know how many. That we laughed about that on our meet and greet last week. That it's going to be a nice problem to have, having so many people that it's hard to keep your arms around it. And it's like, for this core group, how do we maintain that connection that we've created? Because that's unique, that's foundational. They'll always be special. So how do we do that? We're already thinking about how we maintain what's important to us as things continue to grow. Network, new ideas. Some of the things I posted this after that meeting was because of the conversations that we had, right? Those ladies and Brian helped me think about, we talked about what they'd like to hear, what's important skills that they'd like to get support on. And so that has fed into how things are evolving. Your network is important. It keeps you from being stagnant. It keeps you encouraged. It keeps you moving forward towards your goals. All right. So those are the 8 steps that I wanted to share with you guys today. Hopefully you captured them. If you didn't, it's recorded. You can always go back and grab them again. Lisa, our newest member of the SOAR Collective. She says, Happy Tuesday, everyone. She love the look, Cassandra. Thank you. I don't think I've done white before, and I saw the dress set hanging there, and it just called me. So I appreciate that, Lisa. Alexa says, Cassandra, you're not harping, you are engaging in storytelling, and that's how it is relatable to all our lives, which may occur, these instances, these events, different times. It's relatable. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you, Alexis, because sometimes I am a talker. So sometimes I feel like the old record player where it gets stuck in a groove and it's just repeating, repeating, repeating. And so I try not to do that. So I appreciate that, because I heard myself like, girl, you're going on a little long. I think they've got it. So I appreciate that point of view. It is much appreciated. Dawn, I see you are here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I saw you come in quite a bit ago. So I'm glad that you're with us. My beautiful daughter, Sierra. Sierra, did you hear me talking about you guys? My pride and joy. They don't get the encouragement like they used to, because they messed up. They gave me grandbabies. And when I tell y'all, my girls are drop dead gorgeous. They are so beautiful. They are so smart. They are so gifted in many ways. They sing, they dance, they're athletes. They're just amazing people. And I've always felt like that since the first one got here, right? Sierra was first, and she could just do no wrong. Whatever it was she was doing, it was just the best in my mind. But then they fooled around and gave me grandbabies. They don't get the encouragement they used to. I don't even talk to them that much. I'm like, why are you on the phone? You know, I call to speak to the grandbabies. So they're accustomed to, they're second class citizens now because they gave me those beautiful grandkids that's just continuing to move the family tree forward and just showing what's possible. As much heart as I have for my babies, who would have thought that it could explode like it did when these grandbabies started coming along? And I've got one in high school now. So his mom is already uh dealing with the possible thinking about transitions because he's going to the 10th grade. So only a couple years and he'll be graduating. And then we've got little bitty ones all the way down to 4 months old. So the family is blessed and growing. And I just love, love, love this period of life. And I want you to look at your life like that. Would I like to have my daughter moved about an hour and a half away? It was heart wrenching. Only an hour, a couple hours max, right? But just the no, but she came to my house every day, sometimes multiple times a day because she's a teacher and her school was just right around the corner in my neighborhood. So on her breaks and stuff, she may come for a snack, come check in. I was so accustomed to that. Her middle son, he did kindergarten right here with me because it was during the pandemic. And when he was at school, I walked him to school every morning. And we just had so many memories that we developed. And I just couldn't fathom that they were going to be a couple of hours away. It's great. I have another place to go. I get to go see them. I see them thriving in that environment. It was a good decision. And it's all about how I look at it. On the inside, I felt that angst and I was like, "Oh no, don't do it." But I didn't want to put that heaviness on her experience. And what they were excited about their new adventure. And so I just became a part of the adventure. And I pop up every once in a while and go spend a few days in another city and enjoy the family in a different environment. And so if you just look at your life and the transitions that you're going through in a way that says, what's the gift in this moment? What am I going to learn from the change that's coming in my life? You'll get into another headspace and you'll be better for it. Nancy, thank you so much for being with us. I don't know if you've been with us before, so welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, thanks for a lovely way to start the morning. Thank you for starting your morning with us. I'm so glad you dropped a comment so that I'm aware that you are here and could recognize you. So thank you, Nancy. That makes my day. Let's see. I think we have recognized everyone. We are getting ready to wrap. The one thing I want to remind you guys of, if you haven't done it yet, the 22nd of this month, June 22nd, which is a Saturday at 2 p.m., we will be doing a vision board party. We've talked about visualization. We've talked about goal setting. We've talked about all of these things. And I want to give you the space to actually dig deeper. And so we do a vision board party about every other month or so. So the next one is coming up on the 22nd at 2 p.m., which is a Saturday. And we will start with a goal setting workshop. And that'll give you a chance to really work on those goals, smart goals, good goals that you can keep and actually follow through on. And you'll have that wheel of life where you can look at the different areas of your life that you want to work on. And then once you've got that clarity, you'll have the rest of the time to actually create that vision board. So I'm excited about that. If you see the URL that's scrolling below, findyourvision.today. If you go there, findyourvision.today, you can register for the event. Those of you that are in the SOAR Collective, or if you're thinking about joining the SOAR Collective, those members don't pay anything for this particular event. Their monthly subscription covers events like this. So if you're interested in that, DM me and I can tell you more about the SOAR Collective. If you just want to learn about the vision board event, findyourvision.today. So I'm looking forward to see you guys register. We're only a couple of weeks out and we are going to have a time. We're going to get the clarity that we need to know where we want to set those goals. We'll do the work to document good, clear, actionable goals. And then you'll build that vision board that will be a physical visual reminder of the goals that you set for yourself, something that you can lean into at any point in time and remind yourself of exactly what it is that you're working towards and why. So that is it for today, lovely people. I think I've gathered all of your comments and read those. So we will be back here tomorrow for Wednesday. My goodness, already Wednesday. Wake Up Wednesday, where we talk about the power of intentionality. And just like today, we'll be focused on it from the perspective of managing life transitions. So join us back here, 7:15 a.m. Central for Wake Up Wednesday. Go off and have